Thank you to Samuel Wright for your support on Patreon.
I'm gonna stop questioning every weird thing that happens. This whole week has been weird. I approach the door and stop after hearing faint voices come from the other side. Something about one of them. I grab the handle and push it open, leaping into the next room with reckless abandon. It's another dark corridor, though not as dark as the last room. It's lined with rusted steel girders and tiny floor lights dotting the path ahead. I see the silhouette of two people. Looks like they're arguing? Wait. That tail, those curves. There's no fucking way. My body reacts against my better judgment, and I cut my hands to my mouth to yell, Simone! She turns around and I hear a gasp. It's her. It's really her! But if she's here, that means... Oh no. She turns back to the larger figure, pointing at me. It nods, and the two start heading over. Their faces become illuminated as they pass over each floor light. Simone looks a little rougher than usual, but no injuries. The other person appears to be some sort of avian, though he's still too far for me to tell which. He walks calmly with his arms behind his back. I can hear his sharp talons tink against the metal-plated floors. Gray! Thank God you're alive! What are you even doing here? She catches me in a tight hug before I can finish, squeezing the air out of my lungs like a tube of toothpaste. Oh, right, sorry. She lets me go, dusting herself off. Her dress has a few red stains on it, and I shoot her a worried glance. Is that... She follows my eyes and examines herself, sighing in annoyance. No, it's just rust deposits or something. I woke up in here after She stops, looking like she suddenly remembered something. Whoa, what the fuck? I feel a hot surge in my stomach as she sucker punches me in the gut, practically lifting me off the ground with her fist for a moment before dropping me. I fall to my knees, feeling the urge to vomit rise up in my throat. Why? Moaning in pain, I crawl over to the nearest corner and face away from them, and puke. The burning in my throat was worse than the throbbing pain in my abdomen. I turn back, dry heaving and gasping for air. She looks a little sorry. That's for giving me a heart attack with that melodramatic suicide note. She pulls a handkerchief out of her cleavage and bends down, cleaning off my chin and whiskers. You were expecting to die, right? This should be nothing, then. I'm an idiot. She's absolutely allowed to be pissed at me. I'm lucky she didn't aim lower than my stomach. I hear someone clear their throat behind us. The other guy, I almost forgot about him. I don't know who this is. So this is the gray fella you were talking about, me. Tell me about, miss. Oh my God. I look up and see a massive barn owl towering over me. He's rather well dressed, holding himself with a gentlemanly posture. Ian? Ian? I don't know. It's Ian. I don't know how. Well, let's. How is the E with the symbol? A-N. So it'd be A-N. Who's this? Oh, right. He woke up here too. We found each other and have been searching for a way out since. Well, more accurately, she found me. Oh my God, the text jumble. I know this. I know who did this. I talked to the person who did this. Ian, it's me. Don't you remember me? It's the voice in our head trying to talk to them. She does that sometimes. She bumps me with her elbow, almost toppling me over again. What's your name? Didn't you hear me? Oh my god, he's screaming, enough! Who was I yelling at? Sorry. No worries. But to answer your question, you may call me Oleander. Wrong owl. I reach out for a handshake, but I reach out for a handshake and he reciprocates. His feathery grip, much stronger than I expected from a hollow-boned species. Well met, Mr. Gray. Miss Simone was telling me she's been searching for you. Of course she was. With her God-given knack for deduction, it was only a matter of time before she tracked me down. Even if it was to this place, in this time, in this world. Oh, okay, well, that was a weird transition. You know, you didn't have to do this. Oh, whoa, what the fuck? That was... Okay, that was just odd. She rears up to punch me again, but stops, her fist falling limp to her side. Did you actually want to... You know... I look away. When I wrote that... Yeah, I did. Now... Honestly, I don't know. She looks down, dejected. Oh... Crap. Place my hands on her shoulders and look into her eyes. She needs to know I'm being serious. Simone, the second I saw you again, I knew I had made a huge mistake. Even after everything, you risked your life to find me. I feel tears welling up and blink them away. She doesn't hide her feelings from me and lets them stream down her face, makeup running. You don't say I love you to someone that many times without meaning it, Gray. You're stuck with me whether you like it or not. I sniffle and wipe my nose, giggling at the absurdity of this. I never had a choice, did I? She chokes out a reply, tugging on my chin for playfully. Nope. Oleander clears his throat again, popping up between us. Excuse me, sir. You do not have a fucking... You don't get to pop up between us. That's rude as shit. Yes. This is lovely, dears. It really is. But we really do need to start moving again if we want to aggress. Aggress? Aggress? I feel like I know what that means, but are we going for the three-peat? The triple threat? Egress? Egress. The action of going out of or leaving a place. Alright. We gather ourselves, nodding in unison. Right, let's walk and talk. Let's do it West Wing style. The three of us start making our way down the corridor and exchange stories. I explain everything that's happened since I'd left the house that night, only skipping over the details concerning me and Mark's maybe romance, maybe friendship. And then he told me, you'll find her behind this door, but the price will be mighty high, yada yada. And you still went in? Already told you, you're stuck with me. This girl's gonna give me an aneurysm. Oleander is vague about his background. He works for a large company that investigates cold cases and found himself lured in by Virgil, too. I believe him for the most part, but he's suspiciously calm for someone in this situation. He doesn't have any dirt on his clothes. Maybe it's just a part of his training. He is pretty built. It's always hard to tell what's floof and what's muscle with avians. He's on the older side, too. No. Oh, god damn it, Gray. You not be a whore for 5 seconds, especially with your ex right next to you. Oh, we got tunnels. After a lot of walking, the path splits in 2. Well, this is a pickle. Is it? There's 3 of us. Pardon? You 2 take the left, I'll take the right. You can't be serious. We just found you. I sigh and gesture to the owl's massive frame. If something goes down, you're better off with this guy protecting you. I'm used to getting beat up. I'll be okay. That has no logic whatsoever behind it. But it's the young Miss's decision. Can't we just explore them one at a time? Splitting up just feels like a bad move. If one of these is a trap and we walk in together, we'll all die. I see. So you're gunning for at least one of us finding the exit? If there's any sign of trouble, we meet back here, okay? Who decided you were the group leader anyway? I always hate it when people fucking bicker about who's the group leader. Who gives a shit? I laugh and pull her aside, trying to whisper as discreetly as possible. Sim, we don't know this guy. If he finds the exit alone, he could just leave us behind to die. Oh, so you wanted me to watch him and make sure he doesn't pull anything funny? I pat her on the shoulder, grinning with confidence. You didn't think I'd discount your strength after that punch, did you? She beams back at me and nods. Thanks. Sorry for doubting you. I won't let you down. She walks over to Oleander, hugging his arm playfully. Of course I'd want to go with Ollie. He's stuck by me more than you. Ollie? He even changes his name. Graphic. I stick my tongue out at her, followed by a wink, but not at Ollie. Keep her safe. He grins weakly as Simone pulls him into the left tunnel. Will do, Mr. Gray. I wait for them to disappear before walking towards my side. Stay calm. Stay focused. The walls are lined with hundreds of feet of cable, and I trace my fingers along them. Rubberized. This must lead to some kind of electrical device. I follow it for a few minutes before it opens into a larger, brighter room. Standing before the room is a thin metal bridge stretching over a chasm, yellow and black stripes painted along the edges. Of course. Ollie would have never been able to make it over this. His talons were spaced wider than this thing even allowed. I gulp and carefully move onto it, opting to shuffle across inch by inch. Halfway across, I feel the metal start to give. Holy God! I panic and run the rest of the way, jumping off right as the bridge buckles under me and falls into the dark depths. I listen, waiting to hear a loud clang when it hits the bottom, but no sound ever comes. Which is weird because we literally got a sound effect of clanging. We didn't get a snap sound effect, we got a clang sound effect. That was a weird choice. Well, there goes my way back. So much for my plan. Oh, an elevator. I turn around, examining my new surroundings. There's a long and, I say elevator. God damn it, I meant escalator. There's a long and long escalator stretching up into a bright light. I realize that it's the light source for this entire room. You know, other than those obvious red lights that are scattered around. As I approach, I hear the muffled sound of a motor starting and stopping. It's the escalator. Something is caught in the treads. It looks like some kind of fabric. I can see a button labeled Emergency Start on the console. It would be a considerably longer walk if this thing isn't moving. Should I press it? Man, we are not here for convenience. Alright? this is not a convenience thing, and we don't know what the hell that thing is. You could press that and it could go south in a hurry. I'm gonna save, and we're gonna see what happens when we press it. It could literally just be real easy. But we're gonna try it. Here goes nothing. I slammed down on it with my fist, taking a second for it to decompress. It's a button. Why do you have to slam it? You hear the motor whir as it reverses, and starts up again. My sigh of relief is quickly interrupted by the gut-wrenching rip coming from below the machinery. What the? It's still stuck on something. I bend down to try to tug the fabric from the steps. You should not do that while it is operating. You'll get tugged down too. Come on. Squat down to pull at with all my strength. Almost. Something gives. Yes! Oh god. Just as it comes free, I feel something cold and wet hit my face. Ah shit, I can't see. Oh Christ. I feel some awful crunchy noises and wipe whatever's on my face out of my eyes. My hands are red. Oh. Yeah. Yeah. I'm gonna say no. Let's just not do that. How about that, huh? Let's just not deal with that. Let's just not accidentally mutilate something. Okay? Rock and roll, dude. Okay. Woohoo. Let's not mess with anything. This place is unpredictable enough. Whew. I had a feeling. Take a deep breath and start jogging up the steps. Can't keep my friends waiting. It's not so bad. The stairs are springy and help propel me up. I can do this. I'm so fucking tired. How much further does this stretch on? It's like I'm walking up every set of stairs I've ever been on, combined into one hellish punishment. Well, this is the safest option. Trust me, this will pay off in the end, Gray. Just keep putting one foot ahead. The calves feel like someone's sticking a hot knife through them. Even if I make it to the top, I'll be surprised if I can ever walk again. Keeping track of time was pointless, and after what felt like an eternity, I reached the end. Simone and Ollie were patiently waiting for me, leaning against the railing. Gray, you look like shit. Thanks. I collapsed onto a heap between them, gasping for air while rubbing my poor little legs. I concur. You took the road less traveled, it seems. I'm just glad you two are okay. They respectfully allow me to rest for a while, hot shame washing over me as my lack of athleticism shows through. Eventually, I stand up and brush myself off, rejoining the group. So, how did things go on your end? Ollie sighs, scratching the back of his head. Well, we walked for a good long while before coming across even more bloody tunnels. Shit, that would have thrown me for a loop. Indeed. Were it not for Miss Simone here, I doubt we would have found our way through. I look at her in disbelief. She just giggles and smiles, looking away bashfully. What? You're ridiculous, Sim. But I'm glad you're both okay. Well, this time it wasn't very hard, thanks to you. Capital I on the it, not sure why. Huh? Me? She pinches her nose, gesturing to all of me. You've got a very particular odor, Gray. I just followed my nose. Ouch. That hurts, especially coming from a skunk. Ollie pats me on the back, laughing to himself. Sorry, lad, but she's right. Great. The hot new guy also says I stink. Can't wait to hear it from Mark later, too. Look, I've been running around a fucking sewer and getting the shit scared out of me every 10 minutes. It's fierce sweat.
It's quite alright, Gray. I've gotten used to it. Though we owls have a decent sense of smell, too.
He leans in to whisper, his beak pressing again into the grooves of my ear.
And very good hearing.
He playfully nips my earlobe and chuckles as he pulls away. I gulp. He heard us earlier and still went along with the plan? I glanced at Simone and who somehow didn't notice the exchange. Anyway, both paths led to this area, so the exit must be this way, right?
Indeed. I suspect the light is coming from the surface, given its lack of mechanical origin.
Well, we can't stop now, then. Come on. She runs off to the long hallway across from us, and we follow suit, picking up the pace in an effort to catch up with her. After a minute of jogging, we slow down into a fast-paced walk, the air tense as we stay on guard. This is the final area, I'm sure of it. The light slowly begins to shift, and the air becomes cold and more breathable. Soon the muffled sounds of traffic start to come through from overhead. I look over to Simone and smile confidently. She nods and we walk faster, sensing the end of this nightmare approaching. Oh, yep. Sewer. New York City sewer. We come to a ladder leading up to the underside of a manhole cover. So were we in a real subway? I don't stop to think about it and gesture for Ollie to climb up first. He looks surprised, but nods stoically before starting his ascent. I go up. I go next, followed by Simone. The order is mostly to preserve Simone's decency, but I also don't think either of us could move that cover, at least from this awkward angle. He stops at the top and struggles, fitting his pointed fingers into the grooves and waiting for the rumble of traffic to stop before beginning to twist. The muscles of his whole body tense as I hear him struggling. I'm getting a faceful of his ass, and the fabric of his pants buckles as he flexes his glutes.
Gray, would you be a dare and support me from the bottom? I can't find purchase from this angle.
Yeah, sure. Take a deep breath and move up a few rungs to the ladder until I feel his thighs press down into my shoulders.
Yep, it's not just his feathers. This guy's built. Much appreciated, comrade. Let's try that one again.
His whole body twists as he tries opening it with both hands, pulling my head between his legs in the process.
You're right, lad.
I stifle out a small moan and I can't speak, my face being squished on both sides of his powerful thighs. Is everything alright up there? I give her a weak thumbs up. He's practically sitting on my back now, his junk pressing into the back of my neck.
Almost there. Gah!
I hear a clang as the metal disc is flipped and lands on the surface. Bright light pierces into the chamber as the sounds of the city are as clear as day. He did it! And here we are. NYC. Ollie graciously frees my head from his grip as we climb out one by one, finding ourselves on a small side street. We're back. It's finally fucking over. A few onlookers briefly gawk at us, but eventually turn their attention elsewhere. I chuckle and drag myself onto the grassy boulevard, collapsing into a heap of exhaustion. What was the point of that? Was he really testing me? What would that have to do with my nightmare of Mark? I guess the bird was Ian disguising himself as Oleander in this role to play in this whole thing. Was the person talking in that scene with Virgil being like, I want in on this game or whatever. For whatever reason, we don't fucking know. Oh, shit. And what does that have to do with my nightmare of Mark? I don't know if I said that part, sorry. You know, fucking dying. And involving Simone, that's crossing the line. Wait, Simone! Sim, we're in the... It's too late. She's already looking around, mouth agape in awe. Ollie looks unfazed. Well, of course. I mean, I wanted to say it earlier, but for some reason I didn't. His clothes literally scream involved with Virgil. Like, he is an associate. He's involved with this. He's unsurprised by all this because he's literally involved in this. He's a player in the game by choice, not by involuntary involvement. Ollie looks unfazed. Wow, you weren't kidding. I shrink back, knowing her being stuck here was ultimately my fault. We may have found a way out of that dungeon, but the mystery isn't over yet. Sim, I'm sorry. I wrote that dumb note. I worried you and a teen's sick. Got you wrapped up in this weird bullshit between me and Virgil. Oh. I'm an idiot, alright? I'm a useless fool who only knows how to run when things look bad. I couldn't put you through that again. Sure, you probably already resented me for cheating on you, and no matter how many times you say you forgive me, I'll never believe it, by the way. But there's no way you can excuse this. You're trapped in the future because of my mistake. Wow, when you put all of this realistic shit up with that there really is, I don't know, for some that really just, it does take a turn, you know. It's suicide and cheating and relationship problems, and I'm stuck in the future. Like, it that's I don't know, for some reason that just really undercuts the tension for a little bit. If you want to never see my face again, I won't blame a chew. I look over and see her rubbing her snout and shivering. Ollie holds her to his chest and she nuzzles into his feathery arms.
I believe this lady is too cold to respond to your pedantic confessions, Greg.
Pedantic? You bitch! You bitch! You bitch! Oh shit! Of course, I was only in this situation a mere 2 days ago. She just got teleported from humid and muggy Louisiana to winter in New York City. Temperature dropped noticeably since I stepped out earlier and started to shiver too. I rush over to her other side and hold her, hoping that my own meager body heat is enough to warm her up.
I suggest we find someone to purchase her a coat. If she's to spend an extended amount of time here, she'll need more than just that.
He cocks his head distastefully at her dress. It's practically only lace and see-through silk. Perfect for the stage, but not intense weather. Was it a good show? She nods weakly, warming her hands with her breath. I quickly look around. That was a very quick look! And check where we ended up. A street sign says First Avenue. So I ended up downtown in the end. Wonder if Virgil did that on purpose. Regardless, I have a mission right now. Scanning the area, I notice a secondhand clothing store a block away with some jackets hanging in the window. Guess I shouldn't have given that guy $10. Because I need to buy some fucking clothes. Well, this is probably where it's gonna bite me in the ass. Let's play it out and see what happens. Ollie, that way. Ollie, that way. Let's move together.
Oleander. And yes, let's go.